Child's pose when you're ready. Knees wide as the mat, toes kissed together, forehead comes down to the mat. You can close the eyes. If you do have two blocks or something to elevate, you could put your elbows on them and then press your palms. You could do that without the blocks too. Palms pressed overhead to let the triceps release. And just let the belly relax. Begin to deepen your breath and be with your breath. These next 60 minutes is about you and your breath. Nothing else to consider. So if you want to stay here the whole practice or come back to this home base pose, by all means, I'll suggest a lot of shapes. Take or leave them as you wish. Our theme, our intention today is around learning. The African proverb is to get lost is to learn the way. Take a couple breaths into that or choose your own intention for this practice. Why are you here? What do you want to get out of it? It can be as simple as feeling good. Another couple breaths. Just kind of grounding and settling, noticing your nervous system. And see if you can carry this quality of breath with you throughout the whole practice, even as we come into more challenging balance poses, more challenging postures. Another big breath in your child's pose. And then if you want to use my playlist or your own, you could go ahead and get it started. From your child's pose, press into your knuckles, claw into your finger pads, and draw yourself up into a tabletop. So bring your shoulders right over your wrists and hips right over your knees. You're in a box. And then begin some cat-cow. So let the belly release. Inhale, gaze up. Eyes could stay closed. Curl and round the spine. Tuck the tailbone. Curl like a cat. Keep going through your own cat-cow. Nice and slow. Plugging the toenails and the shins into the mat. Syncing breath to movement. At your own pace, a few rounds, really exaggerating the undulation of the spine. Can always incorporate a little more organic movement, rolling the head around, rolling the tailbone around, shifting all the way back into a child's pose. Let's take 2 more rounds. And then start to find your neutral tabletop position again, drawing the belly button to spine to engage the core. And extend your right leg back, heel in line with hip. Draw your right knee towards your right tricep, right elbow. And inhale, extend leg long. Keep going, 3 or 4 more times. Knee towards elbow, crunch it wide, and extend. Inhale to crunch, exhale, press back. Once more. This time, take your right leg wide to the right. Maybe navigate your space if you have neighbors. Lower your foot, maybe the inner edge or the whole sole of the foot can plant. Inhale, reach your right arm up, open to the ceiling, stacking shoulders, spread through fingertips, and then start to thread right arm under left, and then unthread, opening the chest again. Keep going. Move with your breath, maybe 3 more times, threading and unthreading. Make this one your last. Next time, your right hand comes down, plant it all the way back down. Inhale, lift your left arm wide, maybe lift it a little higher, and then thread the left arm under the right armpit. Let the left shoulder, left ear, turning the head to the right. Threading all the way down. Maybe walk your right hand forward. Close the eyes, couple breaths here. Your left palm is facing the ceiling. Breathe into your back body. And then spread through your right fingertips to unravel, come all the way back out, plant the left hand, right knee, couple cat-cows between sides, maybe a little side-to-side cat-cow or hula hooping up the torso. And then when you're ready, we'll take the second side. So spine tabletop, left arm or left leg back, left knee, left elbow. Extend, keep going, crunch and extend. One more time, take the leg long, and then take the leg to the left. Nice and wide. Left leg long, right knee bent. Left arm lifts, threading and unthreading. Draw your left arm under the right and reach it to the ceiling. Keep going with your breath. 4 more. Next time your left hand comes down, plant it down. Reach the right arm wide to the right. Maybe lift it a little higher, turn your chest to the right, and then thread the needle. Right palm is facing the ceiling, right shoulder, right ear, and temple to the mat. As you're ready, press into the left palm and unravel all the way out. Tabletop. From tabletop, tuck your toes, engage the core, plug through your knuckles and your finger pads, and inhale, lift the knees just to hover. Shins are parallel, just a little bit off the mat, a couple inches. Hold it here, steady the breath, working your core. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the knees. You can tap out the feet, the shins, maybe even the hands, the wrists, shake them around. We're gonna take a couple more rounds of that to build some heat. So when you're ready, tuck toes, strong through the hands, straight arms, inhale, lift and hover the knees, hovering tabletop. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head, reaching it forward, reaching the heels back, drawing the knees towards each other. One more slow, slow breath. Knees and shins down, shake it out. If your wrists are ever feeling like it's too much of a load, you can come to fists or forearms. All right, one more round. Tuck the toes, spread through fingertips, index fingers facing forward. Inhale, lift the knees. It's our longest hold. If you need to always take a break, you can lower the knees anytime. We have 4 slow, steady breaths. Imagine you're in that child's pose again. Find that quality of breathing. If you'd like to add on, you could turn the heels to the left, toes to the right, knees to the right. Lower the hips a little bit. Knees back to center. Take it to the left. Maybe just stay steady and hold, or one more to each side. Moving the knees and the shins. Steady, hovering, inhale. Exhale, down dog, feel the release. Pedal the knees, walk your dog a little bit. Down dog is an inversion, a pretty active pose, but right now it might feel a little restful. And then in down dog, everybody bend your knees deeply, lift your hips higher, and reach the heels back. You can always have a little bend to the knees in down dog. Inhale, look forward and bend the knees, shins lower, hovering tabletop from dog. Same thing we just did, different way to get there. Breathe for 3. You got this. For 2. For 1, down dog. Take a big breath in. Maybe shake your head yes and no. We're gonna get ready for doing that 2 more times. Hovering tabletop. If you're over it, just find tabletop, cat-cow, or child's pose. Breathe with it. If you're trembling, you're building some new muscles. Muscle memory. 3, 2, 1. Dog, heels back, hips high. Okay, prepare for the last round. Hovering tabletop. You got this. Shoulders over wrists. Last 3, 2, down dog. From down dog, look forward and come into upward facing dog, letting your thighs, rolling over the toes, pulling your collarbones wide apart, squeezing shoulder blades, and back to down dog. Either stay in down dog a couple breaths, or 2 more times, up dog to downward facing dog. Thighs and shins stay off the mat. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath here. Sigh out the mouth. And then look to your hands and tiptoe as many steps as you can to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Take your time to get there. Let the head and neck be heavy. Feet about hip width distance. Bend the knees. Left hand down, left knee bent. Straighten the right leg, right hand to the sky. Twisted. Forward fold. Right hand down, right knee bends. Left hand to the sky. Switch sides. And then again, switch sides. Either stay for a couple breaths on each side or move side to side a few rounds. Bending one knee, then the other. Opening the chest. Keeping the head heavy. No need to hold the neck up. As you're ready, two hands down, two knees bent slightly. Make a little hammock with your hands and interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck, forearms along the jawline. A little bit more weight to bring you deeper into the stretch. Keeping the elbows as they are, slowly roll yourself to mountain pose. Pressing through all four corners of the feet, roll your body up. Hands stay connected to head. And then when you get to the top, open the elbows wide, lean your head back into your hands a little bit. And then close the elbows towards each other around the spine. Keep going. It's a little bit like cat-cow in the back. The elbows, the triceps are involved. 3 more. Open the chest and then close and round. With the breath, inhale to open last time. Exhale to close it off. And then just release the hands down by the side, palms forward, roll the shoulders back, and start to take some big circles, strokes with your arms, like freestyle or some sort of big shoulder opener. You could take it at any speed, could take it backwards. You could bring your hands to your shoulders and let your elbows do the work. Try to keep your hips facing forward, just the upper body, the arms moving. One more breath here. And then slow it down. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hinge, fold forward. Bend the knees softly. Release the hands from the ground if they're touching. And just circle your arms here, letting them kind of dangle a little side to side, forward and back, or circles. Again, letting the shoulder joint find some flexibility. Take it in both directions. As you're ready, slow down the arms. Inhale for a half lift, hands to shins or thighs, lengthen the heart, crown of head forward. Exhale, plant the palms and step back to a plank. First plank of the practice. Reach crown of head forward, heels back, lift the thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, lower right forearm and left forearm. Forearm plank. Lower the knees. Forearm tabletop. Take a full round of breath here. And then keep the arms parallel. So there's a tendency for the elbows to go wider. So keep your elbows and wrists in line. Press through the finger pads, press through the toenails. Inhale, lift and straighten the arms. Exhale, lower back down. So it's forearm plank to plank from your tabletop. Keep going, squeezing the arm bones towards each other. Engaging the traps as you do it. Maybe 3 or 4 more. We're going to have the option to try this from plank with the knees lifted, or you can repeat this later. You got it. 1 or 2 more. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other, biceps towards each other. And then child's pose, toes together, knees wide, shift the hips towards heels. 3 breaths. Maybe you find stillness. Maybe you roll the forehead and the hips side to side. Find the breath filling your back body. One more inhale. And then claw through your finger pads and draw your heart all the way through to a cobra pose. So this time, your thighs, your legs are on the mat, elbows are bent. Inhale, lift the chest, pull the palms back isometrically. Exhale, forehead comes down. 2 more rolling cobras. Inhale, lift, Feet stay on the ground. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale, heart pulls through the arms. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog through tabletop, table, or through tabletop, child's pose, or plank, however you want to get to down dog. From down dog, inhale, shift forward plank pose. All right, from here, you can lower the knees, or we're going to take those little forearm push-ups. So lower, see if you can lower both forearms at the same time. Elbows, forearms, lower down, and then lift back up to a high plank. Maybe you need to take one, then the other. Maybe you can alternate which one's the lead, or you can try to do them at the same time. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. If you need to lower the knees, go for it. One more. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other. And we'll all end with our forearms down. Forearm plank. Let's take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hips lower, Sphinx pose. Untuck the toes, pull the heart through. Maybe start to press into the palms and lift the elbows. The forearms hover here. If that's easy for your lower back, you can straighten the arms, but don't strain your lower back here. You can always keep the forearms down. One more breath. And then find a child's pose one more time. Couple breaths before we move into standing sequences. Downward facing dog when you're ready. From down dog, inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the knee, open the hips. Scorpion dog, fire hydrant pose, roll the ankle, maybe roll the whole knee and thigh around. Keep plugging evenly through left and right hand, keeping them squared. And then re-extend the right leg long, three-legged dog. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow and extend it long. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow and step the right foot gently outside the right hand. Inhale here. Right hand's behind the head, open the chest. Elbow to the sky, and then bring your right elbow down towards the right ankle. Inhale, open back up. One more time, lower and lift. Right hand plants. Keep strong in the right leg, your front leg. You're gonna step your left foot forward, draw your left knee towards the right, keep it hovering, and then step it back. Stay where you are or take that one or two more times. Forward and back. And then we'll meet in a three-legged dog. Left foot plants, right leg to the sky. Three-legged down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot all the way through and find warrior two. Left heel down, open up. Take a wide stance. Right knee directly over ankle, shoulders over hips. Relax the shoulders and the fingertips and the face. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep your left arm up and over towards the right. Bend the elbow and pull it back like an arrow. One more, just like that. Sweep forward, bend the elbow and pull back. And now find some freedom with your arms. Maybe you roll the palms up and around. Maybe you bend the elbows and extend them, or bring your hands to your shoulders, little chicken arms. Just find a little bit of freedom with your arms. Keep strong in the legs, deep in the lunge. One more round of breath, and we'll return to traditional warrior two. So extend the arms long. Warrior two, relax the shoulders. Legs stay the same, reverse. Reach left hand down left leg, reach right arm up and back. Maybe wrap your right hand behind you. Stay here with the arms, straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. And then tilt the arms to a T. Maybe walk your back foot in, hips to the back, reach forward and down, triangle. Roll the left shoulder back. Pull up on the right kneecap, spread through left fingertips, lean the chest and the head back. One more inhale. Keep the legs as they are. Reverse triangle again. Left hand down, left leg, reach right arm up. Now keep the arms and rebend your right knee into another reverse warrior. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step to your plank and travel through any kind of vinyasa. It could be knees, chest, chin to cobra. Be shifting the weight forward, lowering to 90 degrees to your chaturanga and up dog. It could be child's pose or straight to downward facing dog. Always optional to take that flow. When you get to down dog, take 3 big rounds of breath. And then everybody slowly lower the knees all the way to tabletop. Lower the forearms, keeping them parallel. You could grab onto the biceps and the triceps and then replant your palms so you know that they're going to stay in that position. And then take some cat-cow here. And it might be really subtle. With your knees down, it's not going to be as deep of a posture from tabletop. 2 more little mini cat-cows. And then neutralize the spine. Tuck the toes and find a forearm dog or dolphin. Walk the feet in a little bit. It's intense for the shoulders. You could always interlace the hands for more support. Keeping the elbows in, don't let them splay out. If you'd like more toes touch, lift one leg to the sky. If you lifted the leg, lower it and switch legs. 2 feet to the mat. Walk your feet hips width apart if they're together. Take 1 more breath, everybody. You got this. And then slowly lower the knees. Find child's pose or embryo. With embryo, your knees, your shins, your ankles are together. Forehead to the mat. Arms along the legs, the thighs. And the shins, palms up. Or traditional child's pose with the knees wide. If you're in traditional child's pose, you could tense up to spider fingers and crawl the hands to the left for a side body stretch. Keep reaching the right hip back. And then crawl the hands through center over to the right, even off the mat, reaching through left pinky finger down the left side of the body. Everybody, walk your hands back to the top of the mat, wherever you are. Inhale, tabletop, tuck toes, downward facing dog. When you're ready, left leg high, bend the knees, scorpion, open up, heel towards glute, reach the right heel back, bring the left heel towards the right glute and roll the ankle, the knee. Re-extend the left leg long, 3-legged down dog. Draw the left knee towards the left elbow. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Draw the left knee towards the left bicep again and quietly step left foot outside left hand. A wide stance. Left hand becomes behind the head. Right hand stays where it is. Open your chest to the left. Left elbow to the sky. Bring the left elbow down the left shin towards the left ankle and inhale, open back up. Go ahead, take that 1 more time. Slowly close and open. Replant your left palm. More weight to the hands and the left foot. Draw your right knee towards left, hovering the foot, and step it back. Stay here or 2 more. 3-legged down dog, left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, draw left knee towards nose and step it forward, warrior 2. Open up. Broaden across the collarbones, reach crown of head higher, but sink into your lunge a little deeper. Check that your left knee is over the ankle. If it's going past, you need to widen your stance. Everybody reach your right arm up and over towards the left. Bend the right elbow, pull it back. Once more, big bow and arrow, sweeping motion. And then find a little free movement. It doesn't have to match the other side. Doesn't have to match what you're seeing your neighbor or the screen. So notice what you need. Maybe close the eyes. Keep plugging that outer right foot to the mat. And then let's find traditional warrior two arms. Reach through fingers. Maybe bring both pinky fingers a little further back. Strong in the legs, reverse. Left arm sweeps up and over. Maybe right hand comes behind for your shirt or your shorts or your thigh. Start to straighten left leg, reverse triangle. Straighten the arms like T. And then move into triangle. Hips bump back, reach arms forward, then down. Hands can come to the left shin. Roll the shoulder back. You can always look up the ceiling of your hand or let your head and your neck relax. Notice what feels better in your body. If you tend to hyperextend your leg, make sure you find a little bend to the knee. Keep the legs as they are. Open all the way back, reverse. Left arm sweeps up and back, reverse triangle, and then arms stay as they are. Rebend left knee for warrior. Get deeper in the lunge, lower the thigh. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands down. Plant the palms, step the left foot to meet the right. Plank pose. Option to move through your vinyasa. Meet back in down dog when you're ready. From downward facing dog, shift forward to plank and lower the forearms to the mat. But this time, bring the forearms in line with each other, elbows out wide. So your arms are facing or parallel with the short edge of the mat. You can look up here if you're not sure. Roll the heels to the left, toes to the right, reach your right arm high. So it's a forearm side plank. Lift the hips. Reach the right hand higher. One more inhale. Option to lift the right leg high, lower, and lift. And then everybody come back to the forearms. Forearms are lined up with each other. Heels to the right, toes to the left, left hand lifts. Lift the hips. One foot can be in front of the other, feet could be stacked. You could lift one leg and lower. Come on back, forearms down. Inhale, press into your right hand, press into your left hand, high plank. Option to lower the knees and take a break. Stay with me if you can. Pedal your knees. Left knee bends, right knee bends. Like you're walking in place in your plank. Stabilize the hips. Feel the core engage. Maybe you move a little faster, like you're running in place. You got it. For 3, for 2, for 1. Everybody lower your left knee, left shin. Roll the right heel to the right. Left hand stays down, reach right hand to the sky. Maybe reach your right arm over your ears. Stay here or lift your right leg off the earth. A variation of half moon. Reach your heel back. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Lower your right foot back to the mat. Right leg is long. Bring your right hand behind your head, lean your head back. You can stay here, just feeling the stretch, leaning head into hand, or strong through your left hand, strong through your right foot. Lift and hover your left knee, maybe bring elbow to knee. One more time if you're taking this. Nice, and then come back to tabletop pose. Maybe a little cat-cow, wash it out. Plank pose when you're ready. Just one inhale. Exhale, right knee and shin down. Left heel rotates to the left. So your left foot is planted, left arm reaches for the ceiling. Maybe left arm overhead. Maybe you lift the left foot, ankle in line with the hips. Variation of half moon. We'll have the option to go into the full balancing half moon later. If you lifted your leg, lower your leg back down. Bend your left elbow and bring your left hand behind your head. Lean back into it. Stay here, or right hand is strong. Lift your right knee and hover the shin. Maybe draw left elbow towards right knee. Open and close. One more, you got this. Everybody come back to tabletop. Tuck toes, downward facing dog as you're ready. 2 big breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. In the nose, maybe out the mouth. Bend the knees, look towards your hands. On your exhale, quietly hop and come to a seat. So feet out in front of you, knees bent. Bring your hands behind your back first to lengthen your spine. So your tailbone is going to stay on the mat. Reach your arms forward. Maybe lift and hover your feet like boat pose. Maybe straighten your legs like boat. And then we're going to move into what I call seaweed. So tailbone is connected to the earth, nothing else. Arms and legs move around like you're connected to the ocean floor, but the waves are pulling you. The further you move your limbs from the body, the harder your core has to work to stabilize you. So just have fun with it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. You hopefully are feeling it. I know I'm feeling something. Just wiggle around for 3, for 2, onto your back, in 1, roll back, shake out the legs a little bit. And then everybody make that little basket with your hands again. Interlace hands behind the head just for support. Lift the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone so that your lower back's pressing into the mat. Elbows stay wide, bicycle. Right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right. Draw your shoulders off the mat, elbow towards knee instead of knee towards elbow. Go at any pace you want, just cycling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rock and roll yourself back to seaweed. So come back to that boat. You could just hold it and find stillness or move it around. Last time in seaweed. You got it for 3, 2, 1. Roll to your back. Shake out the legs a little bit. When you're ready, we'll start your bicycle crunches again. Hands behind the elbow. Tuck the tailbone so your lower back's really pressing into the mat. Keep your shins in line with your hips, knees in line with your hips. You don't want to pull your thighs too close towards you. Takes the work out of the core. Last isolated core work on our back here. You've got it. Keep breathing. For 3, for 2, for 1. Let it go however you want. Give yourself a hug. Shake out the legs. Maybe hands to the kneecaps and circle the knees, or maybe a full body stretch. Good to put your hands on your belly and take a big breath into your strong core. And then when you're ready, pull your knees into your chest. Start to rock and roll. Massage the spine. We're going to rock and roll all the way to a forward fold. Maybe use your hands, maybe don't use your hands to get there. You could also come through the fetal position. Forward fold at the top of the mat when you're ready. Bring your feet about hip width distance. Head heavy. Lift the fingertips off the mat and just wiggle your arms, dangle your arms again. A little bend to the knees. A little bit like a gorilla. Just kind of shaking out your arms. When you're ready, inhale for a half lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root through, rise all the way to mountain, arms up. Press the palms, pull them into your heart. Close the eyes. Maybe hand to belly, hand to heart. Maybe hands down. 2 slow, quiet breaths with the eyes closed. Standing taller. On your next inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Release, step to plank. And travel through your vinyasa or don't. Downward facing dog when you're ready. From down dog, right leg lifts. Warrior two, right foot forward. Inhale in warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm over the ear. Maybe bend the left elbow and reach it behind your back. Maybe you take this half bind, or maybe your right arm can go under your right thigh for a full bind. You could shorten your stance, but try not to compromise the space in the right side body. Keep the length. Keep the bind, the half or full bind if you'd like. And you could move to triangle with or without the bind, or balancing half moon with or without the bind. It's not an easy pose. If you need to release the arms, go for it. If you need to use a block or the wall. From half moon, we move to half splits. So two straight legs, turn your left toes to the earth, squaring your hips down. Hands on blocks or the floor. If you have a wall or a table nearby, use it. Use your props. Slowly lower your left toe. Tap the left toe to the mat. Inhale, lift it. One more. Tap the toe and lift. Now we're going to take Shiva Squats. Start to bend both knees. Left knee comes behind right. Get low. Inhale, straighten both legs. One more time. Start to lower. Come all the way down. Bring your left knee behind the right ankle. Left shin down. Bring your hands forward and your right knee is in front of the left. So left in front of right. Shins wide, ankles wide, and start to sit back into this pose. You can always sit on a block or a blanket. Lift the chest, reach your right hand high, bend the elbow, left hand to right elbow, or start to bring your left hand behind the back, grabbing for your shirt or your fingertips. Sit up tall, just 3 breaths. Start to release the arms, shake them out a little. Start to crawl yourself forward, back onto your knees. Step your feet to the back of the mat and find down dog. Option to move through a vinyasa. From downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step to warrior two. Take your time to get there. We've been here before, so find your strong, huge warrior two. Inhale to reach your fingertips broad and across the chest. Exhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, side angle, forearm to left thigh. Reach the right arm overhead, and then start to find your half or full bind. Right hand bends behind the back. Maybe your right fingers can crawl towards your left pants or thigh. Maybe on this side you can find the full bind, maybe not. You can shorten the stance. Keeping the bind if you have a half or full bind, triangle, or half moon. You can always release the bind when you feel ready. We're just practicing for our next sequence. One more inhale. If you're balancing, square off the hips, turn the toes to the earth, half splits. Lift the right heel higher, and then slowly descend the right toes all the way to tap and lift. One more toe tap. Lower and lift. Bend both knees, Shiva Squat, right knee behind left calf. Inhale, straighten the legs. And come all the way down. Right knee comes behind the left ankle. Shin to the mat. Lower your left shin, left knee. So this time left knee is in front of right. And slowly, with the shins and the ankles wide, sit back. Inhale here, left arm to the sky. Bend the left elbow, right hand to left elbow, or right hand reaches behind the back, looking for a bind. Maybe one side you're more flexible or more tight. Totally normal. Just breathe for 2 more big breaths. And lean your head back into your bicep. Release the hands. Start to walk forward, putting the weight back into your shins, your knees, and come to your toes. So turn your toes over and straighten your legs. So your left leg is on the right side of the mat, right leg's on the left side of the mat. Walk your hands, crawl your hands all the way to facing the back of the mat, spinning your heels down, wide-legged forward fold. Maybe widen your stance as off of your mat with the feet, toes and heels in line. Put a little more weight into the toes, get light in the heels. You can walk your hands forward like down dog. You can walk your hands back through the legs or grab through your ankles. Just let the head be heavy for 4 more rounds of breath. All right, from here, start to lift your heels and spin your toes. Walk your hands further to the right, like a 360. Hands to the top of the mat, feet to the back of the mat, however you want to get there. Vinyasa or straight to down dog. Nice work. We have one more standing sequence. We have a little bit of balancing arm balances, and then we're warming down. From down dog, right leg lifts. Warrior 2 again. Open up. Inhale in warrior 2. Exhale into side angle, finding your half or your full bind. With your bind, put the weight into the right foot and step into a forward fold. Again, with your half or full bind. If you lost the bind, find it again. Right foot is going to be the base, or left foot is going to be the base. You're going to start to stand up, straightening left leg, bird of paradise if you have the bind, or come into tree. Right foot to left leg, balancing in tree or bird of paradise. Stand up tall, shoulders over hips. If you have the bind for bird of paradise, maybe play with straightening that right leg. Find a point to stare at that's not moving, or drishti to focus on. And take one more breath. Slowly bring your right foot down. Come back into the bind if you still have it. Everybody step your left foot back, side angle again. Left hand to the sky. Start to straighten your right leg for triangle. Lean the left arm back. Maybe one final half moon or stay in triangle. And then we're all going to come into star. If you're balancing, step your left foot to the back of the mat or rise up. Arms up, heels in, toes out, star pose. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, goddess, horse squat. Inhale to star and reach your right arm to the left. Big side body stretch. Squat back down, get low. Inhale, stand up, star with your left arm reaching to the right. One more to each side. Squat and reach. Get low into goddess and reach. And then cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat, feet to the back. Option to go through your flow. Downward facing dog, and we take the last side. Find a full round of breath. Let it go. Left leg lifts, warrior 2. Spinning the right heel down, opening, broadening across the chest. Warrior 2 into side angle. Finding that half or full bind. Maybe start to walk your back foot in a little bit. Looking to your left big toe, your left foot's going to take the weight. Half or full bind. Step the right foot forward into that forward fold. So maybe you find the bind if you lost it, and maybe it's just a half bind. This time your right foot is the base. Start to stand up into tree pose, balancing in tree or balancing in bird of paradise with the bind. Play with straightening your left leg, standing tall, finding your focus, really working on stabilizing that right ankle. 2 more breaths in balance. All right, lower your left foot back to the earth. Step your right foot back. Find your side angle. Reach your right hand to the sky, press left forearm into thigh. And straighten your left leg, triangle pose. Stay in triangle or one last half moon. Floating your right foot high. One more inhale, lift the left fingertips off the ground if you can. Get light to step back, right foot to the back of the mat. Star pose, reach up. Exhale, sink down. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, get low, hands to the thighs, fingers facing in or out. Lean your chest forward and dip your left shoulder down, look to the right. Switch sides. Maybe one more on each side. And then come back into star, cartwheel the hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Option to go through your vinyasa. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Draw the right knee towards the right elbow and step the right foot outside your hand. Left hand stays planted, right hand behind the head. One time, just like we started, right elbow to right ankle, open back up. And then right hand down, left knee down, low lunge. It's a little bit wider because we're coming into lizard. So you can heel to your right foot even wider. You could lower to your forearms, a block or a blanket. Let your head release. 4 breaths in lizard pose. Okay, if you're on your hands, come down to your forearms. Everybody start to slide your right foot to the back of the mat. Forearms down. You can interlace your hands for support. Tuck your toes and lift up into dolphin pose. Last time. Big inhale. Walk your feet to the back of the mat, forearm plank. Last time, inhale. And exhale, Sphinx, child's pose, your vinyasa, up dog. 3 more breaths to meet in down dog. Down dog, inhale, left leg lifts. Draw the left knee towards the left tricep and step the left foot outside left hand. Bring the left hand behind the head. Open the chest. Left elbow towards left ankle. Open back up. Replant the left palm. Low lunge, right knee gently lowers. Make sure it feels supported. You could heel to left foot wider and come into lizard. Maybe one forearm, both forearms to the ground. One more round of breath. And then come to the forearms if you're not on the forearms. Sweep the left leg back. Come into your last forearm plank. Lift the knees, lift the thighs, reach the heels back. Reach crown of head forward. And then maybe pedal the knees here. Left knee bends, right knee bends. Maybe find stillness, or maybe shift the weight forward and back into the toes, into the heels. A little bit of shifting. Last bit of work for 3, 2, 1. Everybody lower the knees down, find puppy pose. So hips stay over the knees. It's a variation of child's pose. Reach the arms forward. Chest lays down, chin or forehead to the mat. One more breath. Pull yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Look to your hands. Walk or hop your feet wider than your hands to a Malasana squat. Gently hop or step forward. Heels can be lowered or lifted. Heels in, toes out. Bring your palms to press at heart center. All right, last arm balance offering. So you don't have to take it. You could stay here in a squat. You could take open arm twists, maybe a half or full bind on each side, or you can go into crow. So if your wrists have had enough, don't take crow. You could also play with forearm baby crow if your wrists are really hurting. I think it's harder. So typical crow, if you know it, go for it. If you have a block or something to stand on, that's a fun way to practice because you get a little higher. It's also a little scarier. If you have a pillow for a crash pad, you can put that in front of your face to help with the fear of falling. Spread through the fingers. Claw the mat with your finger pads. Plant your knuckles. Your arms or your knees are going to go on your upper arms, your triceps and biceps, and you just float. So squeeze the heels towards each other and squeeze the heels towards your glutes. Like a seesaw, you just lean forward. Maybe one toe lifts off the earth today, maybe not. If this is easy for you and you have crow and you have the balance, you can always layer on and play with trying to hop back to a chaturanga. All right, we are going to meet in a squat pose whenever you're ready. If you're done with that, come to a squat. Take a big breath here. And then everybody just have a seat, hands behind you. Slide the legs wide, so a wide-legged seat. Heels down, toes up. Lift the chest. Ball up your hands and just roll the wrists around a little bit. Shake out the wrists after crow pose. And then hands behind the back, lift the chest. Right forearm to right thigh, palm up. Left arm reaches for right toes. Relax the head, relax the neck. 3 big breaths in the side stretch. Inhale back to center. Left forearm to left inner thigh. Reach right arm up and over. Slow down the breath. Slow the nervous system. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling even more slowly. And come on back, shoulders over hips. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together, butterfly pose. The closer your heels are to your hips, the smaller the triangle, the more intense the posture. Hands to the thighs, take one big inhale. Maybe you fold forward a little bit or a lot. Hands to the feet. And then see if you can keep the feet connected, soles of feet connected, and roll back in this shape to a reclined butterfly. Roll back, press the knees away from you, pull the feet overhead. Big inhale. And exhale, break open the feet, happy baby. Press the feet to the ceiling and pull the hands back down. You could keep it moving, rocking and rolling side to side here. And then it's your choice. You could slide right into a little bit of an early Shavasana. You could take another little spinal twist. You could take pigeon on the back, crossing right ankle over left thigh, rolling out the ankles. If you're doing half pigeon, Make sure that you get both sides. So take a couple breaths on the right. Maybe pedal the feet out and switch sides. If you're taking a spinal twist, you could have your legs in an eagle wrap, legs to one side, head to the other side, or you could just stack the knees. And again, make sure you get both sides, taking some slow, even breaths. Any last bit of movement, of stretching, before we all come to our corpse pose. So if you're in your last pose of choice, start to wind it down with the next couple of breaths. And let's all make our way to final resting pose. You could bring feet up the wall. You could have soles of feet together in butterfly or legs long. Take up as much space as you want and you can. Palms up to feel receptive, or hand to belly and hand to heart to ground. Just get comfortable and then be still. There's nothing left to do. You worked super hard. So let's take these 4 to 5 minutes of rest and I'll guide you out when it's time. Use your next 10 to 20 breaths to reawaken your body as slowly and gently as you can. You have the gift of time. Stay right where you are. Extend your Shavasana. If you're ready to move on, maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Take a full body stretch or give yourself a loving hug. Thanking yourself for showing up and dedicating 60 minutes to you, to your body. Thanking your body for all that it's capable of. I'll read one last quote, and then eventually, from the fetal position, you can find a seat and we can close with a breath. Rukmini Walker says, "I believe that yoga means sinking down in the depths of prayer and humility, then allowing grace to lift us up, to reveal how our talents may be used in sincere service, and yes, how even our dreams may one day rise up to become a reality." Sit tall, roll the shoulders back, exhale everything out. Maybe hands to heart center if that resonates. Inhale and exhale. Maybe bow the head. Open the eyes slowly. Thank you for choosing to move with me for this very last practice. It's been such a gift to have some of you all. And drink some water. I hope you have a great day. Hope you feel good.